Yo, what is good? Mic check, 1 2 1 2. It's your boy. Let me go ahead and make sure I sound okay on the tube. That my mic is good. Sometimes I sound crazy on YouTube. My microphone just doesn't want to comply. But we are here now. Test, test, test. Okay, that sounds good. I sound like a kid on a hot summer day yelling into an outside air conditioner, but sounds pretty good. Anyway, what's up, y'all? I'm here a little bit late today, but it's all good. We're gonna get work. Let me tell you, doing some work is better than doing no work. So, as I told you yesterday, I had to go to an event. I said I was gonna live stream on Friday, as far as gaming goes. And then Saturday, I said I had to go to an event, so that was not going to happen. Um, so we had to go ahead and clock out of that. So now I am back with you guys, getting ready for another week. And hopefully, you guys had a really good weekend. We'll be doing a video tomorrow. We're talking about adjustments tomorrow. It's going to be a real good video, so be on the lookout for that. Today we are... When did I do this last stream? Oh, okay, I did do that on Friday. Okay, I just want to make sure I did that on the right day. Did that Thursday, I did that Friday. Okay, and I don't think I streamed Saturday. Okay, no, I didn't stream Saturday. Or did I stream? Yeah, no. Okay, no, I streamed that on Friday. Just gotta make sure I check Twitch on that real quick. Hold up. Here, as a matter of fact, I think I need to check it here. Give me the exact day I did that. Yeah, 2 days ago. Okay, cool. So we're on schedule. So make sure we're all on schedule. So yeah, this next video that I have is about adjustments and being able to make adjustments and not quitting on yourself and the things that you promised yourself that you were going to do, even if it doesn't look exactly the way you mapped it out. As long as you can make certain adjustments, you'll be fine. So that's what this next video is about. But tonight, as you know, is about working and studying. We're going to lock in. We are going to go for about we're not going to go for a little under 3 hours. Okay, I'm going to probably clock out about 3 a.m. Probably about 3, little after 3:10, and then, as y'all know, I'm going to the gym at 4, and then after that, that'll be it, and then I will upload a motivational video later, so for Monday, and that's that. So hopefully you guys had a really good weekend. My weekend was really great. Got a lot of things done. Got a lot done. I got to do some moving into a new place. Got to do some moving this week, and then also going to be doing some traveling here very soon. So I'll be doing that. You'll be seeing some travel vlogs and just a lot of other cool fly things your boy likes to get into. So we'll be doing that tonight. As far as what we got going on, so cheers. We always got a little bit of puff pass going. But tonight, what we have going on is going to be, as I say, making adjustments, but restructuring some different things, mapping out certain things. A lot of times, when you're able to have certain plans and your plans. And I shouldn't even be talking about this just because this is for tomorrow's video. But a lot of times your plans will get thwarted with other things, and you have to have that ability to be able to look at your plans and still have some, keep the integrity of those plans to the best of your ability. So, anyhow, so today I usually Sunday I like to map out what I got going on for the week. And then, after that, it'll just be a smooth sailing day. So I'll be mapping out what I have going on for the week. Sorry, I get a little brain freeze because that just means I'm doing something else at the same time. I'm actually trying to, I want to get my music going here. I got a nice little song here. Is this the one that I use? I think this is the one I use. Yeah, this is the one I use. Okay. I said I knew there was something missing. I knew there was something missing with the stream here. Here we go. Let me put this on the loop. Okay, so usually like to start the stream off. Hopefully y'all are well, whatever you're doing. No matter what you're doing, appreciate you being around. You could be working night shift somewhere, hospital, warehouse. You could be studying for the MCAT, studying for the LSAT, ACT, SAT. You could be up because you got a big court date tomorrow. You could be up because you're an insomniac, bored, brainstorming your next business idea. Whatever it is, you come here, this is the incubator. This is the oasis of staying focused. This is where dreams come true. This is where things are made to manifest. This is where we make things happen. So, as they say, some work is better than no work. So, we're gonna study and work for about 2.5, 3 hours. About 2.5, 3 hours. And that'll be it for the day. And today's ordeal, my karate. Today's ordeal is sorry, excuse me, is plotting out for the week, what we got going on. If I could squeeze a little bit of language, I'll squeeze some language in there. I've got to make some budgets also. Let me see. Yeah, I got to do budgets today. Or actually, my budget's tomorrow. So I'm not doing budgets today. I do budgets tomorrow. Week map out. Squeezing in language. I don't think I have any website tweaks that I have to do. Tomorrow I have website stuff I have to do. Tomorrow I have language to do as well. Tomorrow we also have, that's when we do the budgets, and starting obviously online, like investing, trading, things like that. And then whatever else we can put in, we'll squeeze in. So, but tonight is just basically kind of preparing the warships, to go out to sea. So, as I said, most of the world is asleep on Sunday, or they're resting on Sunday. But if you do work on a Sunday, which is technically the first day of the week, you're focused. So you can get ahead of the curve. So there's that. And that's it. And I know a lot of you guys watched this on the playback, which is totally cool. I appreciate and love that you guys watch this on the playback and you watch it later. If you are watching it as I am streaming, I always recommend letting me know what you're doing, or what you're into, what you got going on, just because it's cool to share that kind of information. Offer words of encouragement. As I say, keep going, keep pushing, stay focused. You will get to that destination. Every day is a brick going closer and closer toward the destination that you want to get to. So just keep doing it every day, every single day, and do your best, or most days that you can do it. And, make necessary adjustments where you can. And, it's good to have people who are on the same wavelength, meaning like mindset as you, because they totally understand what it takes to reach the goals you're trying to reach. They're not going to see your obsession as a negative, or as something that makes you, not a good person, but they're going to encourage you, they're going to push you. As a matter of fact, they might even hold you accountable and say, hey, you said you was going to do this today. All right, I thought this was going to happen. What happened? So that's why it's good to have a space like this. Because a space like this, we know what the expectation is. We're going to go in, we're going to make adjustments, we're going to kick ass, and every day we're going to get closer and closer to what we're trying to do. I'd like to say we like to build our forever. What we're doing here, studying, working on our businesses, doing something better than what we used to do, adjusting, perfecting our craft. All this does is build for our forever, build for our tomorrow. I was talking to my brother, and I'm gonna get started here. So I'm gonna get started at about, as long as I get started we're really ahead, because I need 2 hours of work. And even if I get started at 1, that's about 2 hours. Because I'm going to be done at 3. But I'm going to get started here probably in the next 15 minutes. So I'm just chopping it up with y'all while I eat. We got chicken breast, mac and cheese, greens. Interesting combination. Anyway. So I was talking to my brother, and we were talking about Joker. Not Batman Joker, but Joker from the Denver Nuggets, Jokic. That was really, how you say his name? Nikola Jokic. He's from Serbia. Believe it or not, my mother got a medical degree from Serbia. Speaks the language fluently. I know a few words. Dobar dan. Proberi bismo. I know a few words, but she speaks the language fluently. That's where he's from. It used to be Yugoslavia until the country all broke up and they had wars and whatnot and disagreements. So like Luka Doncic, all those guys, they're from different areas, like Slovenia and all those different places. But it used to be all one as Yugoslavia. Anyway, we're talking about Jokic, talking about Joker, and how you could just see the hunger is not there. The kill is not there with him. That's one thing he doesn't have. He's a very talented player, all-time great talented player. But if you notice, he doesn't have that hunger or that kill. It's almost like you got guys like Anthony Edwards. You got guys like LeBron. Kobe. It's almost like you gotta have that dog in you. You gotta have that fight. You know what I mean? It's like Joker is just a guy who seems like he's just a very high IQ, smart player, very talented player. But, and that can win a championship. But I don't think that can win multiple championships unless you either surround yourself with dogs or you have to be a dog, because once you get the championship that I won one it hits you and you're like, and winning one is hard. So you have to have that hunger and that dog in you that makes you want to go for more, want to go for greatness, want to go for, and Joker just, pretty soon you're going to have to live up to your words, and you're going to have to live up to who you say you are. Meaning, when Joker gets these certain awards and he gets these, he kind of brushes them off a little bit. Almost like he doesn't care. And pretty soon that's going to be his reality. Like, he doesn't really care. He just want to go home, go to Serbia, play with his horses, race horse. That's what he cares about. And people laugh about it and they're like, this guy's so talented and good at basketball. He's just amazing at it. But he just treats it like it's a job, like most people who have 9 to 5s. Like, yeah, it's just work. I just go to work, and it's just, which most people who are in the basketball game, a lot of people, it's like their dream, their lifetime goal. They want it, and they're so locked in and they're so hungry for it. So now you're hungry for it, and you got that kill and you got that dog in you. But even then, when you have that kill and that dog in you, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to translate into championships. Like Russell Westbrook, as he's got that kill in him, he's got that dog in him, he's got that fight in him, but never won a chip. And there's a lot of different factors could lead to that. Not with the right pieces, not with the right team, the right environment, injuries, timing. You had to go up against these monsters, and again, the NBA is a young man's game. Shout out to LeBron for defying the odds, but you need a mix of things. You need a good team. One player can never get it done. A la Allen Iverson or other. There's others that I can think of, but he's the one I can think of off tops. You know what I mean? Carmelo Anthony, perhaps. One guy can never get it done by himself. Hell, even Russell Westbrook, I think he had that OKC run. You can't get it done alone. You need a team. And no matter how talented you are, you need a team. You need pieces. Giannis had, Drew Holiday. He was big in the series. You know what I mean? Like, you got guys who are just big in the series, like in the championship rounds. Like, you can't just be one guy. LeBron, when he first played for the Cavs, when he first that first run, when he went to the finals, you can't do it alone, bro. You can't do it alone. So you need a team. You also, maybe to get one, if the circumstances are right, you could get it with all talent. But you also need that dog in you, I think, to get the second one and the third one and the fourth one, because that hunger and that fight has to be there. You have to reset the mind for like, wait, I made millions of dollars. I got the ring. I got the awards. Why? I'm gonna come out here and just play basketball, and whatever happens, happens. That's kind of what it feels like it is with Joker and those guys. It's like whatever happens, happens. Whatever happens, happens. You know, and then you get match that up with, remember, your team is just as equally talented as, let's say, the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're both equally talented, right? Put them together. Cool. What's going to be the thing that offsets everything, or what's going to be the deciding factor? Because you got the talent, I got the talent. Those things canceled out. Okay. You know, skill versus skill. Okay, we got that. That cancels out. What's going to be the deciding factor? It's that who wants it more. It's that will to win. It's that dog. It's that drive in you. Who wanted more? You know, so you got a guy like Anthony Edwards, who he never tasted it. You know, never had it. Never got to win. Never been to the big dance like that. To basically win to win the championship. Never got it. So it's like you got that versus, you know, a group of guys who already had it. And their leader is not necessarily a killer. You know, he's not a killer like that. So what are you going to get? You're going to see what you see with this guy, which is, they're down 3-1, I believe, and that series is over. I was like, my brother, we were breaking that down. We're like, how are you the best player in the NBA? He's definitely the best player. If he's not the best player, he's top 3, easy. And yet, you're getting beat the first round like this, and you have all your talented pieces, and because he doesn't have that dog in him. He doesn't have that killer in him. He's not a killer. You know, I would say Luka, his buddy Luka, is more of a dog and a killer than he is. Because you can see Luka, he gets into it. You can just see it. Like, he gets into it. You know, you got that fight in him. You know, he's barking back at other guys. You know, he's talking to the crowd a little bit. He's like, that type of stuff is like, it's controlled emotion. You can see it's controlled emotion, not in the sense of like controlled emotion where you're almost kind of robotic. You're not really. That's a part of the game. A little trash talk. That's part of the game. As long as it doesn't get over on you, but like, yeah, just bust your ass. That's part of the game. Like, that's that firing. You gotta have that to play the game. You know what I mean? Because it is a fight. It is a fight. You know, it's not chess. It's not some quiet game. It's not golf, or, you know, this is a fight. So when you're in a fight, what are you gonna do? You gotta unleash that dog. You gotta unleash that fighter in you. And I think Joker getting that first ring, it was just he had the right pieces around him, and talent got him there, which is a beautiful thing. But to get the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, you gotta have that dog in you, because guys are coming. Guys are coming for it, and how do you defend yourself? You know, but it's interesting. And I say all that to say, you gotta find ways to win, and sometimes you gotta dig deep in order to get the things that you want to get done. You can't just approach stuff from just the same old manner. You gotta approach it as if the enemy may be trying to take it from you. That is not promised. And build this fortress of protection, insulation, that allows you to reach your goals and dreams, which I know can be very difficult. But if you keep at it, you have no choice but to do it. Like I said, this is a late night study stream / late night work stream with somebody who's working with you. I'm blessed as an entrepreneur and as a business owner that I can work any hours of the night, day that I want. And that I can create these kind of environments. And so sometimes, like I said, it can be very hard. I'm probably gonna let this food settle. I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna get to work. But y'all know me, when I'm eating, I like to chop it up with y'all. One thing I don't like to do, pet peeve, is be eating and working at the same time. Again, that's how they program all of us. We all grew up like that. You're eating and on the way to work. Maybe they got drive-thrus. Think about it. Well, they call it fast food. Why I gotta eat fast? Just think about that. It's fast food. Not only do they cook it fast, but they expect you to eat it fast. Eat it in your car. Eat it on the way to work. You can't even sit there and enjoy the meal, let it digest, let it sit, marinate on it. And you wonder why you got these different colon cancers and these different things that are just, parasites in the stomach and toxic and all that. You wonder why. You wonder why. You got to see the tricks that this world does on us and the numbers that this world pulls on us, because it truly pulls a number on us. But yeah, this environment that I've created here is an environment that allows you to be in a space to be focused, right? That's what this is, right? Now, this isn't like hardcore. If you need to mute me, hey, if you're like, sometimes you just need a person with you in the room with you, the presence of somebody who's doing something similar to you, so you're not alone in the fight, right? That's what this is. This is a place where you are incubating what you are trying to accomplish. See, the beautiful thing about this is that this is my work, right? It is my lifelong work to translate text, study languages as a linguist, learn languages as a polyglot, and building websites. I've been a computer person since the computer came out, right? I remember my dad having the very first laptop when it came out, and it was a big deal when he got it. I think it was like $3,000. The thing was like it was thick as hell. It was all big and bulky and all. I remember that. And you told me and my brothers and sister, don't touch my laptop. He was like dead serious about it. So I've been on the computers forever. Like, I'm a LimeWire kid. I'm a Napster kid. I'm a burn CDs kid. You know what I mean? Like, I grew up in that era. So the beautiful thing about being a millennial and being from my generation is I've seen it all. Like the stuff that the younger generation goes through and what they're dealing with and what they got going on, they're in a whole separate. It's so crazy how vastly different they are than people who grew up in my generation. But I love our generation. I know everyone's kind of biased, but one of the reasons why I really truly love our generation the most is because our generation was literally at the end of we saw it all and saw the beginning also. You know what I mean? Now, who knows what my kids, what their thing's going to look like when they're adults. But we'll hopefully be blessed enough to see that too. But we saw black and white TV. We saw when, you had to turn to channel 4 to play the video game. Or we saw, I saw black and white TV, but I saw, we had color TV obviously growing up. Like, I grew up in the 90s, born in the 80s. But there was channels with black and white TV still, like Nick at Night and TV Land and, some of those old Western channels that had black and white. Like, you could see that. They even had silent silent movies and silent stuff on. That still existed, but we also saw the emergence of what? Video games coming out. We saw the internet. We saw the evolution of the phone from when it was just a basic Nokia phone where the best you could do with is call and play Snake. And then they added a text message on that thing. Beepers were still a thing. Then the internet came out, and then connection to the world and buying things on the internet. I remember the first time buying something on eBay. One thing about me when I was in high school, bro, I was fresh as a daisy. I've always been somebody who, put that shit on, as they say, the youngsters. And I remember going on eBay buying these. I remember when they just came out, like those polo Ralph Lauren shirts, but they had the giant polo horse. You couldn't even get those where I'm from. Or you might have been able to get those in major cities, but you couldn't even get them where I'm from. I go on eBay, bought a bunch of them, wore them to school. I was like, yo, where did you get that? Why you using it? Stuff like that where the internet opens you up to the whole world. I saw the beginning of that. Buying a PSP, PlayStation Portable. I remember I had the black one, and I took it to school, and of course, I wasn't really thinking. I got it stolen. Somebody stole it from me, and I was so mad that somebody stole it from me. And I said, yo, who took my PSP? Who took my blah, blah, blah? Somebody was plotting on me, meaning. And it happened at gym too. I took it to gym, and I was playing it in gym or whatever, and then I put it in my gym locker. And what's so crazy is our gym lockers have locks. So I'm like, somebody looked at my combination and I'm pretty attentive to see, people. I've always been that way. So if they saw me do my combo and I didn't catch it, I know they was really watching me. So stole my PSP. I was so pissed. And I'm like, man, now you know me. I'm the type of guy who's like, you either can let it hurt you, harm you, or you could rise from this. And of course, I'm gonna rise from it. I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna really come down on him. I'm gonna really stun on him here. This is my mindset back then. I said, you know what I'm gonna do? Not only am I gonna get another PSP, but I'm gonna get a colored one. I'm gonna get a white one. Fire. First of all, you couldn't even get a white one anywhere. Okay. So I go on this website, playasia.com. Okay. It's a cool website. I don't know if it's still around anymore, but you basically could get stuff from Japan, straight from Japan, like a bunch of fire, colorways of different things, and you get different versions of games that never get released in the United States and all that. I found a white PSP, bought it, got it shipped here. You should have seen when I brought that thing to school. Everybody's like, yo, where did you get that? Ain't telling you. But anyway, that's just a memory I had. But the point of the whole story is that the internet allowed us to be able to have access to, those type of things, which is a powerful and beautiful thing, because now that it's a norm, right? Temu, Alibaba, it's a norm to get stuff from China. It's a norm to get stuff from Japan and all that. But I remember when it was such a rare thing, and when it happened, it was like, whoa. People didn't even know how to use the internet like that. Now everyone's on the internet. Everyone has to be on the internet. But I was one of the first people who was on the internet and understood the internet. That's why I embrace AI. I embrace where a lot of this technology is going, because it's going to go anyway. It is you might as well just treat it as a living, breathing thing. A job that I used to have, I had a lady there who used to say that when I was updating my Excel spreadsheets and stuff. And sometimes I'd slack on it, and she'd be like, you got to treat it like it's a living, breathing document. I said, I never thought about it like that. He said, yeah, you got to treat it like it's like you're watering a garden, or like it's a plant or something.
Ever since then, I'm like, yo, that's such a good philosophy or analogy to have. I like that. I said, okay. So, same thing with the internet. The internet is a living, breathing entity that is continuously evolving. And you either have to observe it and evolve with it, or you're just a person who's just chicken pecking at a computer and not, and maybe you don't have to. Maybe your lifestyle doesn't require you to or need you to, But at the end of the day, these things will exist. And if you are in tune properly, they're only tools to help you, right? Getting a PlayStation Portable for Japan helps me in my situation. Getting something from, Florida that I would have not been able to get in the 90s and just I'd have been asked out of it, but somebody has the exact thing I'm looking for in Florida. Perfect. Like, for example, I just bought this. Like, I like to buy cool little trinkets, cool little like accessories and stuff like that. I'll be wearing the James Bond holsters. And we're about to get started here in about 5 minutes, but I like to buy little stuff like this. So I bought this. This is fire. My favorite animal outside of the goat is the dog. That's my second favorite animal. And I like the goat for obvious reasons. But the dog, what I love about the dog the most is that a dog is, as I say, a man's best friend. It's such a good animal to have as a pet. It's such a good intuitive animal. It's such a chill animal. But one thing I really, really like about the dog is the dog's ability to fight. The right dog will fight anything. It will fight any animal in the kingdom. It does not matter. And the crazy thing is a dog is not supposed to, it has no business fighting certain animals. But a dog will fight a polar bear. A dog will fight a grizzly bear. A dog will fight a wolf. If you put a dog next to a wolf, two vastly different sizes, even though they say they come from the same family, two vastly different sizes. Yet a dog will fight that thing. As a matter of fact, dogs do fight off wolves. They call them sheepdogs. Where they herd the sheeps and they fight off, any type of wolves or coyotes or whoever's trying to come and eat the sheep. They fend them off. I've seen sheepdog all bloodied up, and it is what it is. But that's the thing about a dog. A dog will fight anything. A dog will fight a lion. A dog will fight. It does not matter. It'll fight it. It'll fight it. It'll fight. It might lose. Let's not say, I ain't gonna say it ain't gonna lose. But the fact that it has that fight, like it ain't got that fear in it. Like, now mind you, there's some dogs who gonna run, who gonna, be scared. That's fine. There's thousands and there's hundreds and hundreds and thousands of dogs. I don't know how many breeds of dogs are. There's probably thousands of them. It's mixtures and all that. Extinct, who knows? But the point is that the one reason why I love a dog is that it'll fight anything. It's got that fight in it, but at the same time, it could be such a gentle creature, and such a chill, calm creature, So it just reminds me, as I say, the underdog. I love the underdog because the underdog is not supposed to win. A dog ain't supposed to beat a lion. A lion has that same confidence because a lion will go fight a giraffe. A lion will take down an elephant. A lion will go fight. It'll fight anything if it needs to fight it, if it's hungry enough. But at the end of the day, it's still a lion, though. You're still a lion. You're still arguably the best fighter in the entire, grasslands or whatever, right? You're arguably the best fighter. So technically, you have a fighter's chance. But a dog, you ain't got no business fighting no damn cougar, puma. You know what I mean? But it'll do it anyway. And a lot of times it'll win that fight because it has that will, it has that fight, it has that dog in it. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. So I like to buy little trinkets and stuff like this, you know what I mean? So this is kind of like a little backpack that's from this company, Sprayground. They make really cool backpacks. A lot of the youngsters, they like to have those backpacks. They usually have like the shark backpacks and stuff. As a matter of fact, I'll show you my other backpack. But this particular bag has these dogs on it, these like Rottweiler pit bulls on it. And I loved it. And I've been looking for it forever. And guess what? There was a guy in Atlanta selling it. And I bought it. And it was such a beautiful thing that I was able to buy that. Why? Because I have access to the internet. Now, mind you, imagine if this was the old days, or if I was adjusted and I still was stuck in the old days. And let's say this came out at the mall and they didn't have this no more and I could never get it again. And I'm like, oh man, that's it. No, but because I have access to the world, I can get it. That's a beautiful thing. But yeah, that's the company spray ground. So this is my travel bag, as y'all see. It's the GOAT. You know, that's my moniker. Greatest of all time, greatest of all tongues. You know, that's their company spray ground. And they make really nice backpacks, really cool backpacks, stylish backpacks, but they're not meant for like, don't do no heavy duty, like bringing a bunch of stuff in it and stuff like that, or you are gonna break them. Because I had one like that, but I put so much stuff in it, and I had so much and I just broke it, and I'm like, okay. So that's kind of more of a style backpack / just travel light with stuff with it. You know, which usually I do travel light, but for the heavy backpacks, then you're gonna have to get you like a nice little Swiss gear or something like that, where you can do some heavy duty backpacking. You know what I mean? So, anyway, that is all. It is about exactly 1 a.m. So we about to get started. And as I always say, feel free to talk in the chat if you want. If not, it's cool. I know some of y'all quiet as kept, which is A-okay, because at the end of the day, listening is always better than speaking anyway. So I appreciate you listening to me. For the most part, as I said, we are going to work for about 2 hours, and we'll call it a night. I just ate, so I don't need to eat, so I am good for the night. I'm gonna fire up here a little bit, just gotta get my brain going, you know, and we'll be off to the races. But once again, appreciate you guys tuning in and locking in with your boy. The whole point of this is to create an environment where it's going to be hard for you not to succeed. You know, that's what this is all about. Having an environment where it's hard for you not to succeed. You go to the library, you kind of have to succeed. You're around people who are doing similar things to you. You kind of gotta step your game up and succeed. So it goes the exact same way for this or whatever you're doing. As they say, you hang around with 5 nobodies, guess who's going to be the 6th? You. You hang around with 5 somebodies, guess who's going to be the 6th? You. You hang around with 5 serious people, guess who's going to be the 6th? You. You hang around with 5 people who are locked in, guess who's going to be the 6th person locked in? You. So, lock in, stay focused, remember what you're doing for, why you're doing it, remember your why, and let's get after it. Today's just going to be a very, very light day. So, I'm here with you until about 3 a.m. Central Standard Time, 3:10 a.m. Central Standard Time, and then after that, gotta clock out here. I'm just going to make sure this is okay. Everything sounds good on here. Hold on. Gotta make sure everything sounds good. I'm here with you until about 3 a.m. Okay, there's no echo. All right, cool. All right, so let me share this. I gotta share this on. Let me share this on. I was sent out a tweet. Twitter fingers. I gotta send out a little tweet here, and then we will be off to the races. Shout out to B. Romano for the beat. Oof. Thank you, sir. The beat is perfect. see, what is trending? I'll go, Euphoria is trending. Okay, so we'll go hashtag Euphoria. All right, y'all. Cheers. Official start time is 1:05 a.m. And some of you guys might be working while I was talking too. I know that. Not everybody I know is like locked in studying and like need total library silence type stuff. I know some of y'all are just working. Some of y'all are just kicking it. Some of y'all can work while I'm talking. You're just maybe you're typing on a computer or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, so, but for what I'm doing, there's a lot of studying where I have to be quiet and that kind of thing too. So, you know, but it's not like like dead silence type of thing the whole time. This is a casual but serious vibe. You know what I mean? So don't come in here if you're in here and thinking like, you know, this is the whole thing's gonna be just radio silence or just like nothing. It's like, no, you know, remember we do control our environment, and you know, there's all types of people who are going to listen to this. I encourage listening to the playback. I encourage using this for another day, another time, because it's basically just, if you were in the room with me and we were studying together, it'd be the same thing. You know, it's the exact same thing when you're in a study session with somebody. You're reading, you're studying, you're talking, exchanging information. Okay, you get lunch, you're eating lunch together, back to studying, back to reading, and that is truly the almost like the Pomodoro technique. That's truly what it is, but it is more laxed and it is more freestyled, right? Okay, you ready to eat? Okay, we're gonna eat about 10 minutes. All right, let's study for a little bit. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, we're having a conversation about something. Okay, cool. All right, let's work for a little bit. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? But as long as you know that, okay, I know I'm locking in for at least 2 hours, you know, do your thing. So I just want you to know this is kind of a casual yet serious type of a hangout type of a thing. You know what I mean? But that's the environment that what this is. So life is a beautiful thing and seriousness is important, but it's also very important to have some balance and, you know, not be so, you know, anal or overkill about stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like, especially when you're your own boss and you control your own destiny, sometimes it's just like, relax. All right, relax. Everything will work out. As my sister likes to say, it's all gonna work out. Don't worry. Because half the battle, we've done it. And that is we've showed up. All right, let me note my time, 1:08. I'm going in. Remember that Lil Wayne song? I'm going in. I'm going in. All right, I'm going in. (1:08 a.m. Central Standard Time. So we are finishing at least 3:10 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's when we'll be done. Cheers. Fire it up a little bit. Let me get it rocking. Hold on, let me see what low light looks like. Lo-fi. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, I kind of like the low light. Let's rock with that.
Cheers. It's good. It's good, good. We're in for an hour and 45, a little over an hour and 45. We're gonna go for another hour, and after that, we're gonna wrap it up. So hopefully, you're doing well, staying focused, and hopefully, things are at ease for you. You know, smooth sailing. So, but as they say, rough, smooth seas don't necessarily make skilled sailors. So if it is a little bit rough for you, hopefully, you are making the necessary adjustment and you are pushing through. You know, you got someone in the fight with you, so keep going.
water. Be right back. And we back. I didn't even know my camera was off. Oh shoot. My bad. My camera is off. I don't know how long it's been off. Okay, look like the camera has been off for the last good thing I checked. I'm just in the zone here. My bad, y'all. Let's see. Darkness right now, y'all. Here we go. We back. My fault. Looks like the camera was off for the last maybe like 10 minutes or so. Maybe the last, camera was off, went dead for the last 15 minutes. Shoot. My fault, y'all. When we went to 15 minutes of darkness, we went dark, y'all. Going dark, as they say. All right, we should be back on point now. We should be back online. Went dark, but I never really left. All right. So we here. We are here. We are here. The goat is still here. The Maja is still here. All right. Technical difficulties. Beep. But we here. My bad. All right, so let me just make sure this is good on here. This is back. Okay, we back online. My bad. All right, so we went dark for about 15. Hold on. It's about a minute. Yeah, we went dark for about 15 minutes. It's all good. Out of the darkness comes the light. Okay? Everything comes from the darkness. Right? It starts from the dark. You develop in the dark. The picture develops in the dark. Remember, in the dark room. It's all good. With lemons, we make what? Lemonade. Alright, back on point. We're gonna finish strong. We got about 30 minutes left. Let's finish up. Keep doing what we're doing. Lock in, as they say, lock in. For the aura. feeling good. Gotta blow a few O's, take a break for a minute. Couple O's for the outstanding performance. 5-minute siesta. Getting a little better. Make sure you take your necessary breaks, necessary rest. Rest is essential. Breaks are essential. No matter what you're doing, breaks are always essential. Just know thyself. When you know yourself, you know when to take a break, you know when to keep going. Just like when you're in the gym working out, you don't just keep going. You gotta take a little break, take a little rest, let the muscles recharge, let the mind recharge a little bit. You know, very important. Take a little siesta. You know, the Japanese term, tsukareta. Happy Sunday, welcome to Monday. Getting your day going. I think I'm gonna smoke you guys out the stream for the last 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Then we'll wrap, and then I gotta get ready to go to the gym. Yeah, the Nuggets lost last night, which is crazy. It looks like my prediction of that going 7. I'd let it be a 7-game series, but I don't know if they can come back from 3-1. That's hard to do. But we'll see Joker's greatness if it can happen. But I think that series might be over. I think the Detroit series might be the 7-game one. I think somebody's gonna go 7. Somebody's gonna go 7. I know the NBA loves 7-game series. They soak up all the money doing that. They can market that. I know the players don't. They want it to be done and over with as soon as possible. But audience likes a 7-game series, and definitely the NBA likes a 7-game series. Let me lock in for a little bit, y'all, and then we'll be done here. All right, y'all. We have been going for 2 hours, a little over 2 hours and 45 minutes. Trying to think if I can go for 3 hours. It should be about another 14 minutes or so. It's about 3:20. All right, we'll go for another 15 minutes so we get a nice even 3 hours. And we'll call it. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you are making great strides. So we'll go for another 3 hours. Or not. Damn. We're not going to go for another 3 hours. Go for another 15 minutes or so. So we hit 3 hours on this. And then we will call it. But, you know, so let's keep it rocking for a little bit more.
crew. We are at 3 hours on this chill with me night shift, actually, not chill, but night, you chilling with me, but night shift work / study with me. Lock in on what you're trying to do. And we are at the end of it. I appreciate all of the spectating and support. Truly appreciate it. And hopefully you got some work done. Hopefully you were able to lock in and stay focused. I was with you the entire time. Not in the physical, but in the spirit. And in the virtual, I was with you. So solid work. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna post a video later today after the gym. I get done working out, I will post a video. That one is on the importance of adjusting. And after that, we'll lock in later tonight for another night shift. And then we'll lock in on Tuesday night for another night shift. And then Wednesday, I will be off, as you guys know. And then hopefully I will be back on Thursday for a good super stream. And then Friday, once again, we will chillax. So, again, appreciate the support as always. Peace and love to you all, and wishing you all the best in whatever journey you are on in this life and the pursuits of your goals and dreams. And keep going. Every day like this is another day closer to where you're trying to go. 2 hours here, 3 hours here, 5 hours here, 10 hours here. Sacrifice here, sacrifice there, save here, invest here. And then before you know it, you're going to wake up one day and everything you hoped and dreamed for, prayed for, and pushed for will manifest and come true. So with that, appreciate the love and support as always.